welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Brittany and I'm on a mission to hit 5,000 subscribers, so make sure you click that button below. I would appreciate it. So now that I've been doing embroidery for just over a year now, I figured I would show you my top 6 items that I personally would not sleep on, and I would purchase them pretty quickly after I do start your embroidery business. So if you're interested, then keep on watching. So in today's video, we are actually going to be showing you the cheapest all the way to the most expensive item that I personally do recommend, especially when starting in embroidery. Now, again, this is my personal opinion, so if you guys feel different, leave your comments down below and spread your embroidery knowledge with everybody. But yeah, I just figured I would kind of go over what I personally have found helpful, things that maybe I procrastinated on purchasing, and things that I'm glad that I discovered. So let's get into number 1. All right, so number 1 might sound stupid, but I'm glad I discovered this. All that it is it's a simple spray bottle that I picked up from Walmart. I just threw water and conditioner in it, and basically this helps with vinyl work when it comes to heat press. This also does help when it comes to embroidery and what is called a hoop burn. And basically all that means is that it literally leaves a ring around maybe an image that you're embroidering on, just because of the tightness it can typically happen. So I've mentioned it in multiple videos where I tell you I will spray it. And guys, it is simple as buying a bottle for less than $1 at Walmart, putting water as well as conditioner. I personally just use the conditioner I use on my hair, throw it in there, shake it on up, and then I just spray away, and it gets rid of any heat burns, it gets rid of any hoop burns, anything like that. So this is the cheapest and the easiest item I would recommend. Next one, I actually did talk about this on items that I physically do keep on my Ricoma machine, and these are going to be your tools, right? So this is a needle, like a tweezer that you can see that has a sharp edge to it. This actually did come with my Ricoma machine, and I was really shocked to realize how frequently I actually do use these tweezers. Recommend keeping them on your machine at all times. It's really good to be able to grab the thread and then cut. So that's why I personally use these. Highly recommend having these little, like I said, tweezers. Next one is going to be what I just showed, which are your angle scissors. These are ones that I actually did pick up from Amazon. I actually finally found them in Joann's, and they were, that's the thing. Sometimes Amazon can be cheaper, sometimes Joann can be cheaper, just depends on the sale that the store is running. So I actually picked up 2 pairs, and as you guys can see, they just basically have the little whoop to it. When I first started embroidery, I've seen a lot of embroiderers use this, but I was like, nah, just use a regular pair of scissors, you know, just trying to be cheap. However, it really does help, especially when you are actually using fabric, specifically fabric. But honestly, I really love these for just all purposes because they are really small and they just get in there as really tight. Highly recommend these. They are linked down below with Amazon, but again, check Joann's to see if they are running a special. Do not procrastinate like I did. The next thing is an item that I have talked about, again, that I keep on my Ricoma machine, and this is your little pick. This is actually what you use for sewing, and this needle right here, if you have anything that you need to kind of unthread because it got messed up, highly recommend this. This is my bigger version. I actually show in a prior video as well. I have the mini version. I actually use that one probably a little bit more than this one, but I figured just for display purposes, it'd be easier to show you guys this one. I picked both of these up at Walmart, but again, you can pick them up on Amazon as well. But yeah, this is definitely going to be very helpful. This is something I really discovered by my mom because she does sewing, and she mentioned this to me. And so when I went to the store, I was like, all right, let me grab it. And shockingly, I actually use this a lot more than I realized because, again, sometimes they can be easier than using scissors, especially when you're really trying to just like unthread a few things by mistake. As we all know, this is a channel of nothing but mistakes, but again, we saw those mistakes by the end of the video. So yeah, just pick up your tools, don't procrastinate on those. Another thing that I would recommend, guys, look into this thread. An entire embroidery wall full of thread. This is Candle Thread USA. I highly recommend it. I have a full video going over a lot of the colors that I purchased. This is a book that you will get when you do place your first order. I did see people in that comment kind of getting worried with like, well, I don't know what color is black or what color is white, just because unfortunately, a lot of the colors look very similar. I'm not gonna lie about that, because even sometimes I look at this wall and I'm like, God, this is so close to the color before it or behind it. It is like a shade difference. What I would recommend doing when it comes to this is honestly just buy a few rolls just to at least get the book. And then once you get the book, you're going to be able to really pan and look through it. Like I had one comment said, well, I don't know what black is. Well, technically black is 8,000 in case you want to know, and white is 8,001. So if that is a good starting point for you guys, then I'm happy I'm able to help. But again, get the book once you place that order. And then from there, I believe if you spend more than $200, if I'm wrong on that, I'll pop it up here, then you do qualify for free shipping. So personally, me, your rolls are like, I think it's like less than $5. Maybe it's right at $5. And I feel like, you know, let's say 5 times that, you know, to 200, you're getting a lot of thread. Yes, you're spending a lot of money up front, but guys, you're getting a lot of thread. And obviously when it comes to picking out threads, I would definitely stick towards common colors such as black. You're gonna do like your blacks, your whites, your blues, your grays, your reds, your greens, a pink. So those are kind of very common colors, I would say. If I'm missing anything, guys, just let another embroidery know down below. I'm very helpful for that, so thank you so much. But yeah, I just kind of pick what I really like and what I see. And honestly, I just go through my book. And I do mark the ones that I do have just so I make sure I don't purchase them again. But yeah, there's so many different colors to choose from, and your options are endless when it comes to this book. Next thing we are going to talk about is my spray. I recommend buying this spray. I do pick it up on Amazon. This one is not as full. This is a brand new bottle. I always keep 2 on reserve just because you do not want to run out of this. This is the spray that I am talking about. It is linked down below through Amazon. Like I mentioned, I believe it's like $16, $17. This is very good adhesive. It's basically adhesive fabric spray to when you are doing, I personally use this a lot when I'm doing my left chest logos for embroidery. I've actually started using this a little bit more frequent if I'm using a larger piece of backing and I'm needing it to kind of stay in place rather than trying to mess, you know, with it shifting around. So I'll just kind of spray it around the edges, things like that. This definitely comes in handy with those. So it's going to basically take your backing, it's going to glue it to the fabric that you're trying to do it so you are able to easily hoop it. Highly recommend this one. Once I discovered it, I probably had bought 4 cans because I use this a lot. And this is something I definitely procrastinated on. So don't do the mistake that I did. All right, your next thing is going to be your backing. Kind of goes right along with the prior conversation that I had. This is actually my tearaway. This is actually my cutaway. I did pick this up at, I think it's Madeira, and this was the giant roll. This is the one that I actually pick up from Joann's, and I do buy the entire roll. Guys, do not buy this at full price. I'm not joking. I went to Joann's and I bought this entire thing for like 30 bucks. I bought it when it not only was on sale, but then I had an additional coupon on top of it. Do not buy this full price because I believe you have to pay $4.29 per yard. And I'm trying to see if it tells you how many yards. I think, oh yeah, it's 30 yards are on this entire roll. So you do the math on that. Like I said, I did save a lot because I not only had it on sale, but I was able to use a coupon on top of it. So Joann's all the way. Sometimes, honestly, it is better to buy it online and then have it shipped to you. That's what I did with this roll, and I got it pretty cheap. I did end up picking the other one that I just showed you up in the store just because they were kind of doing like a clear out option. So I said, hey, I'm taking full advantage. Like I said, this was obviously a lot bigger at one point, but I do use this a lot. And I did pick this up from Madeira. Now somebody did ask me, they're like, hey, do you recommend the giant roll or do you recommend the pre-cutouts? I'm gonna be honest with you guys, it really just depends on what you're using this for. I use this a lot for, again, my left chest logos. So I'm always using my 5x5 hoop. So this, honestly, I'm noticing that I waste a lot of fabric. So in that specific situation, I bet you if I was to buy the pre-cut options, I would actually end up, in my personal opinion, saving money, because there's a lot of times where I end up like cutting off like stupid small little sections right here. And of course I can't do anything with that, especially even with my smallest hoop. So I end up throwing it away. So right now I do have this. However, if I do run out of this, I actually do plan to pick up the pre-cut ones. Not only is it going to make it easier, but again, I personally feel like I'm not wasting nearly as much fabric. So that is just my personal opinion. Now again, with the cutaway, no, I'll just buy this. This is pretty cheap versus this roll is a lot more expensive. So that's just kind of what I've seen with pricing. And your final item, could you guys only imagine what I'm going to say the final item is, since it is the most expensive one? All right, you guessed it, it is Mighty Hoop. This is definitely something that I procrastinated on. I cannot tell you the amount of times that I put these bad boys in my shopping cart and never checked out. Yes, they are expensive, but oh my goodness, if you guys catch on to any time that I'm doing embroidery, I'm trying to use these. This is my 5x5. This is the perfect size, I should say, for left chest logos. And then this is my, you would think I know it, but again, I forget. It is my, I think this is my 8x9. Yeah, this is my 8x9 hoop. This is the perfect size for children's t-shirts. Do not sleep on this one, and do not sleep especially on this one. Again, base it off of what you notice you are doing the most of. I do notice that some people will do like a saying just directly across the chest. So they have a hoop for that option. But again, because I was doing children t-shirt, I'm not really doing those anymore, unfortunately. But this came in clutch, and this one I probably use absolutely the most. So I will have Racoma listed below. But yeah, these are definitely something I wish I did not sleep on as long as I did. Yes, it hurts the bank account, but if you're going to purchase anything, just to avoid any frustration, just splurge on these ones first. That's just my personal opinion. All right, so hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. I know it's a little short, but I figured, you know what? This would have been very helpful for me when I started embroidery on things that maybe I should look at purchasing first rather than purchasing maybe this over that. So I definitely hope that this is helpful. Like I said, I have a bunch of crafters who do follow me as well. So if you think I missed anything, or you think maybe I should add to the list personally, go ahead, leave your recommendations down below. I would appreciate it. And I will see you guys on the next crafting video. Bye everyone.